Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. It's been a fortuitous plot convenience that all three of the main protagonists, Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki, are all going to the same hero organization. And it just so happens to be Endeavor's hero organization, which is the best in the world. And also there's a looming threat that...
It is convenient, but at the same time, there is kind of a reason for it.
Well, I know. It's just, again, plot... you've heard of plot armor. This is like prime plot convenience.
I'm just saying, it's not necessarily just plot convenience, because they were invited by Todoroki, and he even gave them a reason. You guys want to be number one, right? What better way than to train under the number one?
I guess.
It's not like they just got invited out of nowhere for no reason, know what I mean? I would say that would be plot convenience.
True. But anyway, one thing at a time is the name of this episode, and I guess that's how things are going to be. They're just going to take things...
I live my life.
That's how I try to live my life.
I always feel behind because of it, too, because I feel like I need to be doing more than one thing at a time if I want to get ahead at all.
Yeah, for me, I try to do one thing at a time, but when I try to do just one thing at a time, like you said, I fall behind, but at the same time, my life is way too, complicated for just one thing at a time to be in front of me. It's instead just 3 things at a time. Okay, today's an easy day. It's 5 things at a time. Well, it's going to be a bit more difficult. 12 things to do in one day. It's there aren't enough hours in the day.
Yeah. The thing you got to do sometimes is try to remember to use the things that are automatic in life. You just have to start them up.
Yeah.
And, get other things done while that's going rather than just chill while that's going. And then you got at least 2 things happening at the same time, even though you're not really doing one of them.
Yeah.
Laundry, basically, is what I'm talking about.
Yes, laundry.
You need to do laundry, start laundry before you clean the floor. You need to do laundry and clean the floor, start the laundry, clean the floor, go back and get your laundry out.
Exactly.
You did 2 things today.
Hey,
and you didn't really do all that much on one of them except for folding your laundry. But if you're like me and you're lazy, you probably didn't even fold your laundry. So who the fuck cares anyways?
So for me, laundry's one thing, but for me it's family stuff because, it's the holidays and... where my family is way too big and split in 2 because my parents got divorced. Basically, I had 2 Thanksgivings today, and I honestly could not eat another bite of holiday/Thanksgiving food as long as I live for at least for another year. My family tries to do everything. They schedule around for everybody, but today was just the day everyone was off. Anyway. Hola, hot boy.
I thought you said hot boy for a second. No, I was just what the hell?
Hawk boy. I'm sorry. I need to enunciate better. Hawk boy.
I'm spreading the good liberation word.
We noticed that you've been passing this book out to heroes. It's obvious that you not only read it, you truly understand Destro. You're someone who gets us.
Gee, thanks.
Oh,
double down my efforts.
I see Himiko.
Working super hard, huh, Hawks? You're a pretty good guy.
Pure evil.
Happy you're on our side.
Excellent work. You may go, Hawks.
I've trained to intercept the smallest pieces of intelligence.
Spinner, are things going to plan?
Yeah, we just gotta keep the troop morale up.
The fun is gonna start pretty soon. 4 months from now, boom. Everything is destroyed, and Tomura will ruin this world.
Oh, shit.
Shigaraki.
4 months.
I'll send a signal. Hawks, are you secretly investigating the enemy?
I need solid numbers of how many serve the Liberation Army, locations of their secret bunkers across the country, and the names of the heroes helping them so they can all be rounded up at once.
In case of failure, we'll need more manpower.
Train your work-study students thoroughly. Endeavor.
There's no time for nepotism there,
Hawks
homeboy.
have deduced that our enemy is strategizing. I don't agree with it. But for now, Shoto, Deku, Bakugo, I'll look after you three myself.
Shit.
Tell me about yourselves. What are you currently capable of?
I want to perform at my fullest, but to do that, I'll need to gain better control over my power. Recently, there's, this other thing. It's kind of like, so it's my power, but it's manifesting in a way I've never experienced before. It seems flexible like a whip and could be super versatile. I want to turn this risky thing into a useful weapon. I guess the truth is I'm trying to see if I can figure out how to control it at will the same way I learned to do with Air Force. Oh, right, Air Force is a whole other thing. Maintaining a certain
You're telling
amount of
too
power.
much, kid.
Around 20%, so I go a little over. Does that all make sense to you?
Too much!
At that point, even
Oh my
theoretically, I should be able to use power whenever I want, but I'm not even close to being that in control of the ability. So when I'm fighting, but so far haven't had much luck, which is why I'm excited to be here.
He talks so much, I totally lost the thread.
Shut up!
I see. At heart, you're saying that you want to be able to constantly adjust power levels when you're fighting?
Yes!
You understood him? No wonder you're number one, sir.
Wow.
You've had trouble with your quirk. Trust me when I tell you you're not alone. Your turn.
I'm only here to figure out what I can't do. That's the real question.
Heck of an ego on that one.
Shut your mouth! Why are you even hanging around anyway?
Who, me? I'm on standby, honey.
I meant what I just said.
She's like, I work here.
I showed up to figure out what will make me even better, to surpass you.
Hell of a goal.
Very well. Then let's not waste time.
And what about me?
You're just here to learn flash fire, aren't you?
I poured all the training you beat into me as a kid towards strengthening my right side. I now realize I'm gonna do exactly what you wanted me to. The pro I've always admired is the person I watched on TV while sitting beside Mom.
Ouch.
I came here wanting to learn, so that I'm someone worthy of being called a hero. The only reason I came to this place is to use you. Don't pretend to be a caring parent in front of my friends.
Damn.
Since he chose to do his work study here himself, I thought he was warming up to me a little. But it looks like I was foolishly mistaken. Very well. From now on, you'll learn by joining me in the field. Normally, heroes focus on either rescue or fighting as specializations in their agencies. But my policy is to tackle all three. If there's an incident or accident, I rush to the scene faster than anyone. Parallel processing and swift response. Make that the norm. This winter, I want you to show me that you can capture a villain faster than me just once!
Wait up!
You respond so fast.
I can't afford to learn slowly.
The suspect has turned the corner and is heading east.
Got it.
Whoa, he never stopped accelerating!
Hit and run suspect caught. Bakugo, did you notice that?
There's nothing you could have possibly noticed that I didn't catch before you. But let's go ahead and hear it.
Wow.
Turn, he used those flames to propel himself and up his speed. The speed he can gain from those temperatures. It's about controlling the flames.
The old man's just copying my explosion. How are you just now noticing that, icy hot?
Yeah, guess it took me a while to figure it out.
A busy streets nearby.
I see. By emitting flames to intimidate the suspect, he kept him from fleeing toward the highway.
Go on.
And here we go again.
Too fast.
Whoop.
You're not going to work with your sidekicks?
Top heroes need to be able to handle everything by themselves. You're pretty good, for a rookie anyway. But what should be plainly obvious is that you can't beat me at your current level.
In the winter, I need prep time.
Are you going to make that same excuse when you fail someone? If you don't make it in time, you don't get a bad grade. People don't come home. Store up your power. Condense it, then fire. Be able to release your maximum output in one flash, or with focused precision. First, keep
Vector's the only
practicing
one
until
making
you
sure
can do one of
everybody's
those things
okay.
without thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Unlike your armor-piercing shot.
Why do you know that, you bastard? Stay out of my business!
Shoto, you're able to control the shape of your ice to a certain extent already. Try doing the same with your flames. Is it fair to say you can max out your power in an instant?
Yes.
And you're able to do so without thinking?
Yes, or I can with full cowling. Air Force still requires concentration, though.
Keep practicing until Air Force is second nature to you. People learn using parallel processing every day without realizing it. Your subconscious does the work. Take the man behind the wheel of that car, turning the wheel, pressing the gas and brake pedals, noting his surroundings. He learned to do those things individually, and then eventually learned to do them reflexively. No matter how strong a power you may have, its foundation is built on a steady accumulation of skills. Don't forget what you've picked up in class, but get used to being out here, because this is real life.
I'll learn everything there is. One thing at a time. I'll go beyond.
So yeah, basically this is just them falling into the groove of following Endeavor around, in which that's a hell of a task because Endeavor's very fast. I mean, we're so used to seeing All Might at work, you know, how fast he is, but, you know, Endeavor, given how hard he was chasing after All Might, you can see just how good he is. I mean, we saw it in the Nomu fights where him and his agency took care of a lot of the Nomus that were running around, and he was like running up the sides of walls, melting the concrete, running up the walls and everything. It was like, holy crap, that's freaking cool. And then seeing him here going full blast, full tilt speed and everything, and him trying his hardest to be a accommodating mentor. He's not holding their hand. Instead, he's letting them learn at their pace, and he's giving them the best information that he can that's readily available to him. Like, he knows what worked for him will also potentially work for Bakugo and Todoroki. And I think that's the thing with Bakugo. You know, he's not as receptive to it because I guess he's embarrassed to basically take any info like that, especially when it's from someone like Endeavor. Also he's also embarrassed to do it in front of people like Deku and Todoroki, who he considers like his two biggest rivals at the school. And then Todoroki doesn't want to do it, is resistant to it because, you know, it's his dad, and he does not have that good of a relationship with him. Whereas Deku, I think Endeavor sees that the training that would work with those two doesn't work for him, and that's why he's just like, the parallel processing thing, once you basically get it in your head, your brain will do the rest of the work, and you won't have to think. You basically will react. You'll act on instinct, and you won't have to think about it. Because that's the thing with, I've heard pros who, people like Shroud, people like Mizkif, people who play video games for a living. For them, they don't think about things. They don't think about aiming and shooting. It just happens. They're just like, and when you see how quick their reaction times are, as compared to someone like me, who's just like, oh, here they come around the corner. Okay, just react and go. Versus them, it's just like, boom, and they don't even think. They don't even take time to let their brains think. They just act. And yeah, I don't know. This is a bit of a.
They're thinking usually more about the strategy than they are the mechanics. Like, 'cause they mastered the mechanics of the games they play usually.
And that's basically what he's saying here. Master the mechanics of yourself, and then the strategy of. And that's the thing too.
Is like when you see how many hours a day they play one fucking game, like it's easy to see how they master the mechanics to that game.
Yeah, like
the
Shroud.
The main thing that denotes whether they win or not whether or not they can aim.
Yeah.
It's like usually when they get into a game, they're playing it like 8 hours a day every day. They're not playing anything else hardly. They treat it like a full-time job, so it becomes a area of expertise basically.
Yeah. Anyway, so this was My Hero Academia, Season 5, Episode 15, I guess. One thing at a time. Hopefully you all enjoyed. This was a bit of a build-up episode to things that are coming up. So let us know what you all think in the comments down below. And I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you, everybody. Peace out.